Is there anybody else who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Srila Prabhupada. This is Preeti Vilasni Devidasi from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you, Mataji, for your warm welcoming. And thank you also for the very beautiful recitation of the Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Priti Vilasini Devidasi Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru Maharaj, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining every single day and giving your beautiful association. And also, I want to hope that you are be okay now. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Mataji, I am much better, almost normal. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to your services, Mataji.
Hari Bol.
Hare. Is there anybody else in the hall who would like to introduce themselves?
I'll start the record, Mataji. Maybe you can read the Prabhupada quote.
Sure, Mataji. So, welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa Group. Before we start our session for today, I would like to read His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada's quote for today. August 28th. Always think of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, and you will find no difficulties in executing the tasks allotted to you by Krishna. Later to Sat Swarup Das, August 28, 1973. So nice purport. So nice quote for today. Yeah. Always we have to depend on Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, dear devotees, welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa Group. Today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Achintya Gopesh Das Prabhuji on the topic of Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Antya Khand, Chapter 2, verse number 249 onwards. Mataji, Prabhuji is not here.
He's here,
Oh, he is here. So, thank you very much, Prabhuji. Dandvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Sri Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much for giving your beautiful time and association to us this morning and enlightening us on this topic of our dear Srila Mahaprabhu. I now hand over call to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So we will do the invocation prayers and then we'll start. Om Ajnanatimiranandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalehe Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaham Jayatam Surato Pampo Mahavantaran Patergati Mat Sarvasva Padam Bojo Radha Madanamu. Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So today we are reading from Caitanya Bhagavata Antya Khanda, chapter 2, text number from 249 onwards. We are reading. First of all, really thankful, wonderful to have all of you here and to discuss a very, very engaging and very enlightening topic on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's travel to Utkal and he is going towards Puri. And as he is going towards Puri, his anxiety is his intense desire to see Lord Jagannath, Sri Krishna, is also increasing. So we are traveling with him, and all of you devotees are very fortunate to be hearing daily this pastime of how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is traveling and reaching Puri, and all the pastimes that he is performing. So we are going to now discuss from text 249, where, like you already seen, that Dandavanga has happened. Lord Nityananda Prabhu has broken the danda, and having broken the danda, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was informed by Jagdan Pandit, and he seemingly showing anger, he left alone, and he has reached Jaleshwara. He has reached the temple of Lord Shiva, and he is dancing in ecstasy. After seeing Lord Shiva, he is dancing in ecstasy. And now the devotees are also joining him. They were walking behind, they came. Lord had gone ahead, and Mukunda begins to sing. So we are going to see the pastimes from there. So I'll project the Chaitanya Bhagavat, and then we will look at it. Okay, is this visible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So text 249. सेविकार कहिते वा शक्ति आचे कारा नहे नेवाहाय सुर धुनि सतधारा. Who is able to describe the Lord's transformation of love? Tears flowed from his eyes like 100 streams of the Ganges. Text 15. Eve se shivera pura haila safala yah nritya kare vaikuntera adi shwara. Now the Lord of Vaikuntha was personally dancing there. That award of Shiva became fulfilled. Katashani Prabhu Parananda Prakshi Yastira Hailena Tave Priya Goshtilana. After manifesting transcendental ecstasy for some time, the Lord became pacified and took his associates to the side. Text 252. Sab prati kari lena prema alingana sabe haila nirbara paramananda manam. The Lord lovingly embraced each of them, and their hearts became confident and full of joy. Text 253. Nityananda deki Prabhu lai lena kole bali tena lagi lere tane kichu kautuhale. On seeing Nityananda, Lord embraced him and spoke to him in a jovial mood. Now, we will pause here and we will discuss. Of course, there are wonderful purports in the following verses where His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Goswami Maharaj is elaborating on the pastimes so wonderfully described by Vrindavan Das Thakur. These don't have purports, but there are the translations. So what we will do is we will, of course, we cannot describe. For example, Lord is seeing Lord Shiva and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so ecstatic on seeing Lord Shiva. There isn't a purport to describe why he is ecstatic. So we will not comment further. But what we can certainly do is that we can do some manan, we can remember the pastime and also remember all other associated pastimes which had happened between Lord Shiva and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and thereby relish some of these verses. The text number 249 says, who is able to describe the Lord's transformation of love? Tears flowed from his eyes like 100 streams of the Ganges. So now in these verses, we are going to do, if time permits, till verse number 262, we are going to read, and you will see 2 or 3 predominant themes in this entire set of pastimes. First, we will see that there are times when seemingly the devotees of the Lord are doing something, at least outwardly, against the desire of the Lord, or they are doing something which generally doesn't become like a devotee. They're doing something opposite, right? And we are going to see that even when they are doing that, they actually understand the Lord's desire and they are performing that to serve the Lord. We are talking about pure devotees and Nitya Siddhas. Sometimes they seem to be doing things which are opposite to what the Lord wants, but still, there are times when the other devotees cannot also understand, but still the devotees are serving the Lord. The first theme we are going to see, that how devotees are acting opposite, but actually it is not opposite, it is for the favor of the Lord and his mission. That is the first thing we are going to see. Second thing we are going to see that Lord's anger and Lord's pleasure are one and the same. When he seemingly becomes angry at a devotee or at anybody for that matter, or when he becomes pleased, the effect of that is the same. It leads to that devotee or that person being elevated and furthermore goes deeper into the pastimes. So this is the second thing we are going to see. And third thing which is related, we are going to see is this interplay. Is it the desire of the Lord? Is it the desire of the devotee? Is it the desire, whose desire, this interplay of desires, we are going to see in these pastimes. So now we are starting this pastime when the Lord has come by boat, he has landed, and from Balasore, Balasore and Age, he has come, he has walked, he has now reached this place near Bhubaneswar, just before Puri, between Puri, ahead of Katak. He has reached the place of Jaleshwar Shiva, Lord Shiva, and seeing Lord Shiva is becoming ecstatic. Right? So, what is the Lord ecstatic about? We don't know. We can never know, like this verse says, but we can only meditate and do some manan. Is the Lord happy? Is so ecstatic to see Lord Shiva because he's the topmost of Vaishnava? And is he happy because he is an expansion of the Lord himself? Is he very happy to meet his own expansion? Is he very happy to meet as a devotee, is for playing as a devotee, is very happy to meet someone who is the benefactor of the devotees, someone who very much blesses the devotees. We have seen Lord Shiva, how he has helped many devotees across Bhagavatam, we have seen. So, is the Lord happy to see somebody who is the benefactor of the devotees? Or is the Lord so happy because he's seeing, like I said, the topmost of Vaishnava? Now, if we ask this question, why is Lord Shiva the topmost of Vaishnava? Of course, there are many reasons, but what could be the reasons? Why is Lord Shiva the topmost of Vaishnava? What could be the reason? What is that we can think of?
Though he is an expansion of the Lord, he wants to be subservient to the Lord in the mode of a servant.
Yes, he's subservient to the Lord in the mood of the servant. That is a very nice point. So he's serving the Lord, right? So he's a exalted Vaishnava. Of course, all Vaishnavas are subservient to the Lord. So that is fair. Why is he the topmost of Vaishnavas?
He always meditating and chanting of Lord's name.
Yes, very
Always.
nice. Yes, always. The topmost of devotees always remember the Lord and always chanting the names of the Lord. And Lord Shiva is also always meditating on Sankarshan, always chanting the names of the Lord. The Shivashtakam also speaks how he chants the names of Govinda, Rama, everything he chants. So that's also good. Yes, but all the top devotees always chant and they are constantly remembering the Lord. Most of the top devotees, all the pure devotees, Vaishnavas remember the Lord. So that is correct. So why is Lord Shiva the topmost devotee, topmost Vaishnava?
Because he also helped to other
Yeah.
devotees to get in through help other devotees to get Krishna
Yeah.
by processing the meditation and all those
Yes.
chanting.
Yes, that is also he's facilitating other devotees to get to Krishna and to get to serve Krishna. That is also correct. So that is also an exalted quality of a Vaishnava, right? But most top Vaishnavas always act as gurus and help other devotees come to Krishna,
Yeah,
right?
he also helped Prochetas to get Krishna. That's after
He
that.
also helped Prachetas to SP. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Yes, he
Hare
also helped
Krishna,
Prachetas. Hmm.
Hare
By
Krishna
actually by
Prabhuji, he, go ahead, Mata. He also drink at the Samundra Manthan to wish to save the whole world.
Sorry, I don't think he's also doing the mantras for the whole world, you said?
No, no. At the time of Samundra Manthan, he drink
Samudra
all the
Manthan,
wish.
yes.
He take all the wish and save the whole universe.
Yes, he took all the
Everything.
wish. He took all the poison, and he took all the poison on behalf of for delivering all the living entities, all the negative, the poison he took, and that is a wonderful service he did. Right? That is not possible for that is also a wonderful Vaishnava. Very nice. You will see most Vaishnavas take pain upon themselves to deliver the other Vaishnavas. Right? And Srila Prabhupada took so much pain. So that is quality of a top Vaishnava. Yes. So there are many reasons. But one of the reasons why he is the topmost of Vaishnavas, and like I said, there are many reasons. And we cannot say this is the reason, but one of the reasons is you will see that Vaishnavas always preach and they try to deliver the most lowest of the people. They try to deliver and they try to get them back to Krishna. That is the service they are doing for Radharani. They go into this material world, which is already a place, Dukhalayam, Ashashvatam. They take all the pains, but the higher the Vaishnava is, he goes to the more lower person and delivers. We have seen how Srila Prabhupada went to the Bauri and delivered the most fallen people who are into drugs and everything. So the topmost of Vaishnava goes to the lowest of people. Who are the lowest? They are the ghosts and the goblins who don't even have a physical body, gross body. They have committed so much sins or whatever they have done. They have not even received a gross body and they are wandering around in the most deepest of tamoguna. And they are wandering in the cremation areas, in the burial sites and all of that. Lord Shiva goes and preaches to those most fallen uh, of living entities. And he tries to deliver them. And because of this quality of delivering the most fallen, and he's preaching Krishna consciousness to the most fallen, and you can only do it as high you are, only then you can deliver the most fallen. So he's one of the topmost of Vaishnavas. And how does he do it? That makes him a topmost Vaishnava. He knows that these people cannot be preached. You cannot do a lecture like this and preach to the ghost that please chant. They said, we can't even chant. We can't even hold the mala. How can we chant? So they cannot be preached like that. How does he preach? How does he preach to the ghost and goblins? How does Lord Shiva preach?
He acts as a instrumental.
Yes.
Instrument
Yes.
for the.
Yes. Of course, a Vaishnava has to give his personal association. Only then, only the person who has Krishna Prema in the heart can transfer the Krishna Prema. So he has to give his personal association. But if he comes like properly like a devotee, he wears whatever dhoti, kurta or sannyas robes and comes, they will not, goblins will not go near. So he dresses like them. He wanders in the cremation places like an absolute madman with long matted hair, without almost like not taken bath with the jada, and he has all the snakes around his neck, and he is wearing a bark damru. He almost looks like a enchanted person himself. And then he goes to the cremation area and he takes the ashes of Vaishnavas, of the devotees whose bodies have been cremated. He takes the ashes and applies the dust of those devotees on his forehead. And by applying the dust of the devotees and inspiring other goblins, he gets them Vaishnava's mercy. And by his personal association and by personally getting them to chant together, he leads even the demons and other people to towards Krishna, the most fallen. And who's the deliverer of the most fallen? Who's Namo Mahavadanyaya? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because he gives the Krishna Prem, the topmost thing to the lowest person. Lord Shiva delivers these persons. He gives the topmost thing to the lowest person. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meets Lord Shiva, who is also delivering the most, one of the most fallen, then he becomes ecstatic to see that mood of Lord Shiva, who's the deliverer of the fall. Would that be the reason? Or we don't know. Like it says, we can never know what's the reason. Or is it because that what has just now happened before this pastime, Lord Nityananda has broken the danda, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu seemingly from outwardly was angry, and he has seen that this is not right, and he has left them and he has come ahead, and he is dancing before Lord Shiva. And who's Lord Shiva? What is his quality? He does not see the faults of the jivas. Even the demons and the ghosts, there are so much faults, but he overlooks the faults and he tries to somehow magnify the good qualities in them and try to lead them towards Krishna. That is the Vaishnava's quality. They don't see the bad quality. And who's the topmost of that? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Patra apatra dekh. He doesn't see whether they are qualified to receive the topmost Krishna Prema, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives it to the patra apatra. So he has seen the so-called fault of devotees, left the devotees and come here, and he is taking darshan of Lord Shiva, who does not see the faults of even the demons, even the ghost, even the goblins. So seeing him, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes very pleased, and in that mood, all his anger disappears. Right? Is that why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is happy? Or like we are seeing in the next words, the Lord of Vaikuntha was personally dancing there, that the above of Shiva became fulfilled. What is the fulfillment that is happening here? Of course, the Lord of Vaikuntha himself has come down to the abode of Lord Shiva, right? But what is being fulfilled here? So again, we can only do some manan. What is the situation of Lord Shiva? This is happening in the 15th century, right? What is the situation? Just few hundred years back, Krishna had instructed Lord Shiva to come as whom?
Shankaracharya.
Shankaracharya. And he came in 8th century, he came as Shankaracharya, and what did he spread? He spread Mayavad, saying there is no form of the Lord. Of course, he did that to bewilder the demons and the so-called Brahmins who are not following the path of bhakti. And the demons were born as Brahmins in the Kali Yuga specifically. This was plan of some of the demons. So he was bewildering them. So that is fine. But he was talking offensive to the Lord. The Lord himself instructed that to happen. And there was a reason, because he wanted pure love of Godhead to spread. So he wanted to sort of put out all the other subsequent philosophies. So after Kali Yuga, Buddhism happened, and Buddhism said everything is shunya. Everything, there is no God, nothing, everything is void. And then Jainism, then Shankaracharya came and said everything is not void, but it is impersonal. There is no form, it is Brahman. And then Ramanujacharya came and said that no Vishishtadvaita. Then Shankaracharya also said the soul goes and merges into the super soul. Soul and the super soul are one. He said no. Madhva said they are two. Soul is different, super soul is different. Ramanujacharya said no, they are Vishishtadvaita. In certain cases, the soul is same as the Lord. In certain other cases, the soul is different from the super soul. Vishishtadvaita, in only special cases. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he established the full complete philosophy of Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, simultaneously one and different. In quality, they are one, in quantity, they are different. Simultaneous one and difference. At the same point, he established. And when was this accomplished? It just is, of course, it is always accomplished, but just now it has got accomplished. How did this become accomplished just now? What happened just before this? What happened just before this? First time we just discussed. The danda was broken. Till now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was like an Ekadanda sannyasi, having taken the Diksha from the so-called impersonal. Of course, sannyas Diksha is different from the Harinam Diksha, but or the mantra Diksha, but he took from the impersonal line. But Nityananda Prabhu broke the Ekadanda. Ekadanda is supposed to represent that everything, the soul and the super soul is one. It is beyond the three modes. There is no variety. Everything is one. The impersonal philosophy of Brahman. But he broke it into three. And the small thing. Jiva is different. Paramatma is different. And the three pieces he broke. And the impersonal philosophy was destroyed. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was clearly taken out of the burden of carrying the Ekadanda. So now Lord Shiva's longing issue that he had, that I spoke, of course, one time as Advaita Prabhu, he preached against the Lord, and when the Lord came and kicked, he became very happy that now you have punished me. Right? I was always worried that I preached this Apasiddhanta and I spoke so much ill of you, but you have not chastised me. Now you are chastised. But now that Siddhanta is broken, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is no longer Ekadanda Sannyasi, and he is now come and he is dancing and spreading the holy name, and Lord Shiva's all this resentment becomes fully fulfilled. That all his worries and the pain in the heart that I preached against the Lord, all of that has been now destroyed. Is that why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is happy? Right? Now, there are more things we can meditate on. Right? The Lord is coming here now showing some anger with his devotees. Right? That is so-called angry with Nityananda Prabhu that no, you've broken the danda, the demigods residing in the danda, you've broken the danda. This is no way he has walked. You stay here, either I will go or you will go. You guys will. So Mukunda said, you go first. So he has gone ahead. He is angry. Can we remember some past times where the Lord has been angry with the devotee? At least externally.
Advaitacharya.
Advaitacharya, very nice pastime. He was angry. And that is what Advaitacharya wanted. And once he received the lotus feet of the Lord, then he became very happy. Okay. What in other pastimes where the Lord has been angry?
With Jogai Madhai, one of them he was happy.
Yeah.
Yes, very correct. Jagai Madai, when Nityananda Prabhu was hurt, became very angry, took the Sudarshan Chakra, was almost going to kill Jagai and Madai. Yes. Very nice. Where else in other pastimes? Krishna's
I
pastimes.
think at Gopal Chapel, when he did the offense to the Shri Vas Prabhu.
Yes, Gopal Chapel, and also yes, Bhagavatam. Also, when Srivas Thakur was offended in the Bhagavatam, then also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very angry. Yes.
Toto Haridas Thakur, little Haridas Thakur.
Haridas Thakur?
Little Haridas Thakur.
The Chota Haridas.
Yeah, Chota Haridas. Yes. And he did externally did some pastime. Later, he came and as an angel and sang for Mahaprabhu, and he got absolved. But he was having some so-called some thoughts came, and he was not happy with Chota Haridas. Yes. So there are so many pastimes. Krishna also became angry towards Arjuna when he refused to fight, especially in front of Bhishma Dev. When he also became angry towards Bhishma Dev and took the wheel. Right? There are many instances. But what happened in all these instances? The Lord became angry towards Advaita Acharya and he kicked him. And what happened? Advaita Acharya became very pleased. And now he became an intimate devotee of the Lord. He was saying, you are being very formal with me. You are not chastising me. You are not scolding me. If you are scolding, it means we are close. And I have done an offense. I have done something. I mean, of course, he was told to do it. But I have preached against your form, beautiful form, and your devotees. You have to chastise me. And he got chastised and became more, the love increased. Right? Gopal Chapal later got delivered. Chota Haridas got delivered. The anger reformed them and they were able to go to the next level. They become more intimate as bhaktis. Krishna became angry with Arjuna and Bhagavad Gita was delivered. The whole world became benefacted. Arjuna also became benefacted. The Lord was angry with Bhishma. He took the chakra. Bhishma is still glorified. And he could see Krishna with his, hair flowing, his Uttariya having gone with the chakra. Bhishma was longing to see that ferocious form of the Lord, loving form where he's trying to protect the devotee. That is why he was provoking Arjuna and he was provoking Krishna to fight, to see that is the Viryaras, the fighting spirit. He wanted to see Krishna in that fighting spirit and blood oozing from, and he was coming like a wounded lion, he was coming. And Bhishma, in his deathbed also, was remembering the wonderful form of Krishna in the battlefield on the chariot of Arjuna, and sweat, pearls of sweat and blood, and then he fighting in that spirit. And he became his love became more increased. It increased further. So, what is the result? And again, Lord became angry. He told Jai Vijay. Jai Vijay were given the opportunity to become 6 times or 7 times devotees or 3 times demons. They understood the desire of the Lord and they said, we'll become demons. And Krishna was purportedly angry, like Narsimhadev. He was angry at Hiranyakashipu. But what happened? Hiranyakashipu got delivered. Krishna was angry at Shishupal, he got delivered. So if the Lord's anger and pleasure results in what? In the same thing, which is the devotees have become benefacted, and by these pastimes, the whole world gets benefited. The whole world gets benefited. Now that is happening with Lord Shiva. How is this happening with Lord Shiva? Now, if you know that this place near Bhuvaneshwar and Cuttack, Ekamravana, this place where near Jaleshwar, ahead he has gone to Jaleshwar. How was this Ekramravana created? How was this Bhuvaneshwar created? This Bhuvaneshwar has a special benediction that it is one of the top, it is the topmost abode of Lord Shiva. It is higher than Kashi. How did it become higher than Kashi? You will see, read in the pastimes as you go ahead, and I will not elaborate. I will just summarize because it will point to discussion later in the verse you will hear. Kashi Raj, when Lord Krishna was in Dwaraka, Kashi Raj had enmity towards him, and he was planning to defeat Krishna. So the king of Kashi, and there were many impersonalists and others in that place, and the king of Kashi colluded, and he thought he will defeat Krishna. So to defeat Krishna, he thought he by himself was not possible. So he meditated on Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva is Ashutosh. He becomes easily pleased, and he asked a benediction from Lord Shiva. I want to defeat this king. Can you come to battle with me? Lord Shiva said, okay. You want me to come to battle? Lord Shiva was very much pleased with his devotee. So he said, whatever my devotee wants, I will come. I will take my Pashupatastra and I will come with you to the battle. You go ahead. So King of Kashi thought of attacking Dwaraka. Of course, Lord Krishna is Supreme Lord. He knows what's happening in the heart of everybody. So he released the Sudarshan Chakra. The Sudarshan Chakra came into the battle. It cut everything that Kashi Raj had, and it finally cut the head of Kashi Raj. And he threw the head into the city, and because the city and its dwellers were having evil intentions towards Krishna, it burned the entire city of Kashi. Then actually Lord Shiva threw the Pashupatastra when Kashi Raj was getting killed. But when Pashupatastra saw that the supreme weapon protecting the devotees, the supreme weapon of the Supreme Lord, Sudarshan Chakra is there, before that Pashupatastra could not stand. So it came back and it started chasing, and then Lord Chakra started chasing, and Lord Shiva started running. And finally, he started praying to the Lord. He said, oh Lord, I am sorry. I tried to attack you and your Sudarshan Chakra. And he was running here and there and here and there. And finally, when he surrendered to the Lord, the Chakra stopped and the Lord appeared. And at that point in time, the Lord asked, what? Why are you doing this? This insignificant person like this Kashi Raj is small, insignificant Jiva. For him, you are fighting me? What is this you are doing? Then Lord Shiva replied, oh my dear Lord, I am always your servant. I always want to serve you, but you have infested false ego in me. I am the controller of the false ego. So this false ego is there because with that I am serving in this material world. And that false ego comes under the spell of your Maya, your external energy. And that bewilders me. And sometimes I become egoistic. I think nobody is more supreme to me. And I do something like that. Of course, this is Leela. And when I do something like that, then I do an offense to your lotus feet. But I hold on to your lotus feet and I pray to you that please, first of all, he said, please forgive me and please give me this benediction that I never offend you or your devotees. Then the Lord said, okay, very well. In this place, I pardon you and I will give you the benediction that you will not offend any of us. And but Lord Shiva said, my dear Lord, but if you are not here in front of me, again my false ego will develop. Right? So, and again I will do something offensive. So Lord said, okay, I will in my form reside in this very place near you. So he said, which place? I have, my Kashi is already lost. It is burned down. That is my abode. Now where will I stay? Then he said, you come, where you are running now, this is just outside Puri. Puri is my eternal dham. In the Nilachala, in the Blue Mountain, I reside. Outside this Puri, you make your dham a kamra. You make this dham, and there is a very detailed description of how the Ekamra came. And Lord Shiva brought all the tirthas there. There was a pond. So here you stay, and near the pond, I will, as Ananta Vasudev, I will stay here, and you will receive the blessings because I am there. And anybody who baths in this pond and visits me as Ananta Vasudev will immediately get liberated, will get liberated and go to Vaikuntha. And here you will not offend anybody else. And you are also given the benediction that you will become the protector of my dham. My dham is Puri. You are outside. You will become the gatekeeper of my dham. Lord Shiva prayed that you become the protector of my dham. And Lord Krishna said, you will become the gatekeeper of my dham. Right? So now I give the benediction. Outside every of my dham, you will be there. And we can see outside every prominent dham, every prominent Krishna's temple, Lord Shiva's temple is there. Lord Shiva is the protector. There's Varanasi for Prayagraj. You name everybody, every place is there. And also outside Vaikuntha, the Sadashiva Loka is there. And he got that benediction. And Krishna was angry at Lord Shiva. He pardoned Lord Shiva. And he gave the ultimate benediction of him protecting, become the protector of the Dhammas, of him not offending Krishna, and a dham or Ekamra, which is Bhuvaneshwar or ahead near Cuttack, dham which is even more superior to Lord Shiva's dham of Kashi. And that happened here. And the Lord is now personally dancing in that abode of Lord Shiva and Lord Shiva's desires of having the Lord in front of him, always in front of him. And the supremost Lord Krishna is now dancing, and Lord Shiva became fulfilled. So there are so many meditations, but we need to go ahead. So there are so many rasas and leelas that could have been happening here. And we are just using this verse. We are not trying to say this is what it is happening. That would be trying to explain more than the purport. But we are just meditating on doing some manan of some of the pastimes and how Lord Chaitanya is so happy to meet Lord Shiva. Then, after manifesting this ecstasy, Lord became pacified, and his associates. Now, what is happening is associates also came and sang. This is another pastime, right? What happened? What was Lord Shiva's one of the most cherished desires of Lord Shiva? What was it? Can somebody say? One of the most secretive, most cherished desires of Lord Shiva. And of any devotee for that matter. All the top devotees had that desire.
Holding the lotus feet of the Lord on his head.
Lotus feet of?
The Lord on his head.
Having the lotus feet of the Lord on the head, yes, that is correct. And he already is bearing Ganga on his head, so that the water that washes the lotus feet of the Lord. Yes. What else? What was his other desire?
He also wanted to join in the Rasalila in Vrindavan.
Yeah. How beautiful. Who said that? Very nice. Yes, he wanted to.
Join
Who
the
said that?
Rasalila.
Sorry. Yes. Krishna Manjumati. Very nice. So he wanted to participate. He wanted to join. He wanted to witness the Ras Leela. And Narada Muni also wanted. He became Naradi, a gopi. So only a gopi can go inside. But Lord Shiva, he came into Vrindavan and he dressed like a gopi, wearing a sari and wearing a gungat. And he came into the prangan of Rasli. There is only one Purusha in Vrindavan, that is Krishna. He is the enjoyer. There is only one Purusha across the creation, but he is the enjoyer. There cannot be another Purusha. But Lord Shiva came, and even if you go to Vrindavan, sometimes you'll hear when you're going in the taxi or something, or going in Vrindavan, ek din wo bole bandari, ban karke braj nari Vrindavan aa gaye. Vrindavan aa gaye. So he came into Vrindavan, and Krishna was going to start the Ras Leela, and it is said, for this is Braj stories. There is also reference in the Quran. So he said he could understand Lord Shiva has come dressed as a gopi. So he said, "Oh, we will start our dance, but which gopi should we start with?" Then he said, "Oh, there is a new tall gopi who has come. Let me start with her." So he called, "Come, gopi, come here. Why are you in gungat? Remove your gungat, your veil." And that gopi became, when Lord Shiva saw Lord Krishna in this beautiful Madan Mohan form, the enchanter of the Cupids, Sakshat Manmada. He became so much in ecstasy that his entire body in ecstasy, the body shrinks, Gopi's body, and the entire sari became loose, and the sari almost fell off. And the Gopi saw, "Oh my God, who is this? This big jata, and with this thing is somebody else." And everybody started to laugh. Lord Shiva became very embarrassed. And finally, Krishna, sent him back and said how to meditate, become a gopi, and come back. Right? He wanted to see this Rasa Leela. And Krishna, taking the bhav of Radharani and all the other intimate associates of Radharani, the Sakhis, coming in the male form, they were doing Sankirtan. And the Sankirtan in Srivas Angan was not different from Rasa Leela. So when the Lord and his intimate devotees are performing kirtan and they are relishing the moods of the gopis, it is Ras Leela. At least in Shiva Sangan it was that the acharyas have mentioned. And here now in the Dham, the devotees of the Lord also came. The Lord was always ecstatic seeing Lord Shiva. He was remembering so many things, past times. But when the devotees also came and they started singing in the mood of the gopis, then the long cherished desire of Lord Shiva could be fulfilled. And the Dham became fulfilled. Could that be the reason why he is, so ecstatic? We don't know, but we can only remember these pastimes. So after that, after this dance and the pacification, the Lord became somewhat pacified, and Lord, having seen Ashutosh, the Lord Shiva, he forgot all faults. Everything, his anger became pacified. He was so happy, and he lovingly embraced each of these devotees, and their hearts became confident and full of joy. The devotees were missing the Lord, and they were afraid that they have done something offensive. It made the Lord angry. Now seeing the Lord in the ecstatic form, and this always happens if there is any misunderstanding between devotees and slightly the heart is this thing. One is by serving the devotee prasad, but together chanting together, all the hearts becomes passive. That is why it is also recommended by all of our gurus and acharyas, and also especially His Holiness Jayapata Goswami Maharaj in his that what is the third partner? What is that book on Grahastha life? Says if the husband and wife chant together to please the Lord, in the morning they are doing their sadhana together. Usually their hearts will be very pacified, and the fights and other things, the misunderstanding will be very less. So when Sankirtan happens, the heart becomes full of joy because everybody is focusing on the pleasure energy, the Aradhini Shakti, which is trying to serve Krishna, and through the Aradhini, through Radharani, they are serving Krishna. And they became full of confidence and joy. Right? And then Nityananda Prabhu was there. He had become angry at Nityananda Prabhu. And the Lord embraced him and spoke to him in a jovial mood. So we'll read from here. Text 254. होता तुम्ही हमारे करीब संवरणा ये मते हमारा हया संन्यास रक्षणा. You are supposed to guide me so that I can maintain my sannyas. आरो हम पागल करीते तुम्ही चाहो अरे यदि करा तबे मोरा माता खाओ. Instead you want to make me a madman. If you continue in this way, you will ruin me. Right? And येन करा तुम्ही आमा तेन आम्ही हाया सत्य सत्य यही आम्ही सबस्थाने काया. In whatever I do, whatever you wish, this is the fact that I declare to everyone. And His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Goswami Maharaj, Ms. Parpati is saying, in whatever form Sri Nityananda wishes to adorn Sri Gaura Sundara, the Lord accepts that form. There is no difference between the hearts of Sri Gaura Sundara and Sri Nityananda. They both accepted the form of devotees and engaged in the relishing and preaching love of Krishna. Now, this purport in itself can be spoken for so many days. In whatever form Sri Nityananda wishes to adorn Sri Gaurasundara, the Lord accepts that form. Of course, who is the Sat Shakti, right? Lord Balram is the Shakti which manifests all the dhams, also manifests all the ornaments of the Lord, also manifests all the paraphernalia of the Lord. So it is by Nityananda's Shakti that everything, whatever paraphernalia arrangements that Nityananda Prabhu manifests, that Krishna accepts. And in this particular thing, Nityananda Prabhu, one of the reasons why he didn't want the danda to be carried by the Lord, that he thought Lord is not an ordinary sannyasi. Even the Paramahamsas don't carry the danda, they are beyond the danda. Lord is the supremost person. Why should he's not an ordinary sannyasi? Why should he carry the danda? The person whom I carry in the heart, why should he be carrying? Why should the danda take service from Krishna? He didn't like the Gaurasundara to be adorned like this. So he broke the danda, and now Lord Chaitanya is embracing him. And whatever form, if God Nityananda Prabhu decides that I should not be carrying the danda, then he doesn't carry. He will be in that form. But you will remember in the purport in the sloka before, when Jagadananda Pandit came and asked Lord Nityananda who broke the danda, he said, who can break the danda? Whoever carried the danda, he broke the danda. Whose danda it is broke. So only Lord Gaurasundara himself or Krishna himself broke the danda. That's how he replied. Because it was Krishna's desire, and Nityananda Prabhu understood Krishna's desire and broke the danda. And here Gaurasundara Krishna is saying, whatever Nityananda Prabhu you want, I will accept that. You don't want me to have danda, I will not. Because there is no difference between the hearts of Gaurasundara and Nityananda. They understand each other's desire. They both accept. Both of them have come as devotees, and both of them are relishing the pastime of spreading the love of Krishna, preaching the love of Krishna. And to spread the love of Krishna, this Mayavada philosophy had to be destroyed. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cannot be identified as a Mayavada sannyasi. He cannot be singing about the glories of the form of Krishna and meditating on the form of Krishna. He did that only to elevate the Mayavadi sannyasis. And later he will elevate Shakta devotees, as you will see. So Lord Nityananda understood the preaching mood and he broke the dhani. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also had the desire, and then his desire was reciprocated by Nityananda. Now he's saying, whatever is your desire, Nityananda Prabhu, you don't want me to carry the danda, you think that is taking service from me? Okay, I will not carry the. Both of them are relishing this preaching together. What is the mood of Nityananda Prabhu? Usually we say that, he came as Lakshman, and he was Lord Lakshman, he was serving Lord Ram in the Dasi Bhav. He came as the younger brother. And as younger brother, he had to listen to Lord Ram. And there were so many things that happened. He didn't want Lord Ram to go to the forest, but Lord Ram went to the forest. He didn't want to leave Sita Mata alone, but Sita Mata told him. And as an elder, he had to obey. As a younger one, he has to obey. And he left Sita. She got kidnapped. There are so many things he didn't want to happen. He didn't want Lord to walk in this place with thorns. He didn't want Bharat to take the path of whatever, but it happened. So they say, okay, he then next time decided to become the elder brother. So, and now I will say. And we became the elder brother. What happened? He didn't want Subhadra to get kidnapped, but Krishna wished Subhadra got kidnapped. He didn't want Mahabharata to happen, but Krishna's wish, Mahabharata happened. He didn't want Duryodhana to be hit below the thigh. He didn't want Duryodhana to get killed. Krishna's wish, Duryodhana got killed. So even though he was the elder brother, the desire of Krishna only happened. So they say that at this point he said, neither elder, neither smaller, whatever, I will become Avaduta. Avaduta, highest, like Paramahamsa and above, they are so much in the meditating on the pastimes of the Lord that they cannot see this reality. They are beyond this reality, and hence they act like madmen. They have no rules, no regulations. They can do whatever they want. So in one sense, Balram became Avaduta so that he can completely facilitate the pastimes. Of course, when we say the pastime like this, it appears as if Balram wanted to do his own thing. No, that is not the mood. He didn't want to do his own thing. That's not why he became Lakshman, Balram, and Nityananda Prabhu. Balram's mood is always to serve Lord Krishna and always serve the desire of Lord Krishna. Now, Krishna is Teda, whatever you say. Brajvasi say that Maya Tedi, Lala Teda. Yashoda Maya is 80 years old. She's walking bent with a stick. Yashoda Maya Teda. And her son is also Teda. He is not straight. Seedhi is Radharani. Vrindavan, only straight person, one of the straightest person is Radharani. She's very straight. But Krishna means like this, like this, like this. Sometimes the Sri Vaishnava Acharyas also say, why are you worshipping Krishna? Why don't you worship Narayan? Then you say, no, Krishna is supreme. You say, no, worshipping Krishna is like Teda, Teda. He will make you go like this, like this. But that is the Vrindavan ki Kunj Gali. That is the pleasure. That is wow, the love gets churned, and you become so much in love that you can enter the home of Krishna Vrindavan. So even if Krishna becomes a Brahmana is supposed to be straight, but even as a Brahmana, there are some Teda Meda things. So he's Channa avatar. He's Krishna, but he's acting like devotee. And as a devotee, he has taken initiation under the Shankaram Bharati school. And as such, he's supposed to follow those rules. But there has to something happen so that he's liberated from carrying this ekadanda. Right? And who can break the danda of a sannyasi? No person can break in this material world. But an avaduta, he can do what he wants to wish. There is no control. He is completely mad person. So avaduta Nityananda breaks. And using avaduta Nityananda as the cause, he is saying, oh, now Balram, now avaduta Nityananda has broken. So I have to only carry tridanda now. 3 pieces. I cannot carry the ekadanda. because this is given by my spiritual master, by my sannyas Diksha master, and we have broken, now I have to carry that. So so Nityan Prabhu understood in this Teda Meda Leela, whether he is externally, he is internally Krishna, externally devotee, he has to accept, he has to be free like the Lord, but he has to accept the rules like a devotee. Only person who can actually serve is one who is beyond these rules as an Avadhuta. And in that mode of an Avadhuta, Lord Nityan Prabhu is serving. Nobody can ask, why did Nityan Prabhu break the danda? Oh, he is Avadhuta. He can do whatever. He's completely beyond. Doesn't he understand what's in here? No, that is completely beyond. Sorry. So, and also he understood the desire of Lord Chaitanya. And here he is saying, you should guide me. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, you are supposed to guide me. Now you are yourself ruining me, so that I can maintain my sannyas. In this pastime, Nityan Prabhu is the elder god brother. He is the disciple of Madhavendra Puri. He is elder god brother, like Ishwar Puri Pad is the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is in the similar to Ishwar Puri, is the god brother of Ishwar Puri, and he is the elder is Guru Maharaj's disciple. So he's supposed to guide, but now he is himself doing this, right? So at this pastimes, then having embraced Lord Balram, and as His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Goswami Maharaj revealed, both of their hearts are the same. There is no difference between the hearts of the Gaurasundara and Sri Nityananda, Sri Gaurasundara and Nityananda. And they are relishing these preaching pastimes by these so-called anger and pleasure. Here also you see Krishna became angry at Nityan Prabhu. What is the result? The result is the same as the previous things. An entire world gets benefited, and Nityan Prabhu can enter deeper into the love of Lord Krishna. So now, this is a very important thing now. I know we are hitting time, but I'll just take, if you're okay, I'll take some more time. This is a place where some very important things are going to get said. We'll first read the verse. Sabare Shikhaya Gaura Chandra Bhagavan Nityananda Prati Sabe Havo Savadhana. Gaura Chandra taught everyone, you should all be respectful to Nityananda. Mora Deha Aite Nityananda Deha Bada Satya Satya Sabare Kahino Ye Dada. The body of Nityananda is more important to me than my own body. I assure you, that is the actual truth. Nityananda Sthane Yara Haya Aparada Mora Dosha Nahi Tara Prema Bhakti Vada. I am not responsible for the obstacles one finds in the attainment of ecstatic love if he commits an offense at the feet of Nityananda. Nityanande Yahara Tilake Dveshe Rahe Bhakta Haile Se Amara Priya Nahe. If one maintains the slightest envy for Nityananda, he is not dear to me, even if he is my devotee. Atmastuti Suni Nityananda Mahashaya Lachaya Rahila Prabhu Mata Natolaya. When Nityananda heard glorification of himself, he felt embarrassed and hung his head down. Paramananda Haila Sarva Bhakta Gana Hena Leela Kare Prabhu Shri Sachinandana. All the devotees, however, became joyful. Such are the pastimes of Sri Sachinanda. So, you will see here, one time, I think in one of the lectures, his own is Radhanath Swami Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, he commented that there are times when there are certain things that you do which you understand, Krishna understands, but the devotees are not able to understand. There have been many, many times. Can you tell me some devotees who were put in this situation where they had to do some things which other devotees themselves blamed them? They know, Krishna knows, but other devotees did not understand. Can you think of some devotees or pastimes like that?
Good afternoon, sir. When he came
Sorry?
to the Prabhupada himself has got.
Prabhupada himself. Yes, please. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, his god brothers didn't approve
Yes.
of certain things.
Very wonderful, very wonderful. So Prabhupada himself, when he was going to the West and preaching, and he was sometimes God brothers did not understand that many things. Why are you preaching to these charas people, these ganja charas people? So many. We don't want to repeat. There are so many obstacles. Yes. Very nice. Who else? Who else? Can you remember?
Bali Maharaj, for example, he wanted to favor the Lord, but his spiritual master didn't approve.
Yes. Oh, Bali Maharaj, yes. Spiritual master didn't approve. That was correct. There are many devotees like
Prahlad Maharaj also.
Sorry?
Prahlad Maharaj also, that's his father did not have.
Prahlad Maharaj, yes. Yes. Many devotees like Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi, Lord Ram always said, don't ever blame Kaikeyi. Because it was Lord's desire to do the pastime, and Kaikeyi did whatever she had to do under whatever spell of envy or under Yogamaya. She did whatever and sent Lord Ram to Vanvas. It was not Kaikeyi's fault. Lord Ram always appreciated Kaikeyi, and she said he knew Kaikeyi was very, in fact, one of most exalted devotees. But she did apparently something which all the devotees were criticizing, apparently against Lord Ram. Bhishma and Drona fought against Krishna and injured Krishna with their arrows. But Krishna, he says that with the help of Bhishma and Drona, I finished off the entire. He doesn't say Krishna, Arjuna. With Bhishma and Drona, he finished off the entire army. Bhishma knew, he said, one day I will kill 10,000 people. He was finishing all the armies. That is why Krishna had come. Krishna knew, Bhishma knew, but the devotees sometimes did not. Right? Like that, here the devotee should not misunderstand, or anybody reading further should not misunderstand Lord Nityananda Prabhu. He's saying you should all be respectful to Nityananda Prabhu. Why? Because these two things. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Because we cannot direct service to God. We have to go through via Guru or anything. So Mahaprabhu mentioned Nityananda. We have to go through Nityananda. Then we can get the mercy of Krishna, Mahaprabhu. So,
Yes.
We need to give first our Guru and then his mercy. Then we can get Krishna darshan.
Yes.
Or Krishna.
These two are very important things.
And Nityananda Prabhu also Adi Guru.
Adi Guru, yes. Nityananda Prabhu is Adi Guru, and if you don't have Guru, you don't respect Guru, you cannot serve Krishna.
Yeah,
you cannot become envious.
Think about he is an ordinary man. He's like a representative of God. So we need to respect as like a God.
Very nice. So as representative, so you cannot become offensive to the representative of God. You cannot reach God. Who is the person? Can you think of somebody who became envious of Balram or Adi Guru, who became offensive to Balram? What happened? As you know, in Lord Ram's army, there were many generals, Nal, Neel, Sugriv, there are many generals, big generals who are fighting for Lord Ram and whose only service is the ultimate service any devotee can do, which is put Radharani together with Krishna, which is what all the gopis and the Brajvasis do, or put Sitaji in together with Lord Ram, which the monkeys were doing, fighting Ravana and his kingdom and liberate and freeing Sita from the captivity of Ravana and making them join with Lord Ram. Ultimate service. And one of the generals who was performing that ultimate service was a monkey called Divida. And the Dvida was very much devoted to Lord Ram, and he was performing, he was a devotee, and I'm sure he had all the attire of a devotee. He was serving Lord Ram. But he had one issue. What was that? What was Dvida's issue? What was Dvida's problem?
He didn't recognize Lakshmana.
Yes, very nice. He had envy towards Lakshmana. He thought, oh, Lord Ram is so much favoring Lakshmana, he is treating with so much love and everything. We are the ones who are actually doing the fighting. We are more stronger than Lakshmana. So he had a bit of envy. Who is Lakshmana? I am stronger. He had envy towards Lakshmana. And because of that envy, all the monkeys went back to Ayodhya. Dvida did not. Of course, Hanumanji stayed back here to preach. But all the other monkeys went, Dvida did not. Dvida then associated with the demons, especially Narakasura and others, right? Narakasura, right? He got associated with him and he started developing these demonic qualities. So much so that when Lord Balram was performing his personal Ras Leela with a separate set of gopis, not Krishna's gopis, separate set of gopis, he came there and he showed his envy. He started beating his chest. He removed his clothes. He was naked and he was trying to lure the gopis away, trying to take the gopis away. And Lord Balram, when the gopis prayed to Lord Balram, the pastime I won't elaborate, he beat him with a trunk and huge fight happened and he completely broke Dvida into pieces, killed. Actually, Dvida was a devotee. He should have been going back home, back to Godhead in a proper form. Of course, he also went like this, but into the Brahmajyoti. But he should not have offended Lord Balram, but because of the envy. So if a devotee has envy towards Lord Balram, from devotee he will end up, rather than going back into the service, he will end up like a demon being merged into the Brahmajyoti. Or he will end up like a demon. In another pastime, when first time, so one is you should not have envy towards Lord Balram. Second, when there is a fight between devotees, you cannot take one side or the other. You can say Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is right, Nityananda Prabhu is right. This has been elaborated. Where has this been elaborated? Where? In which pastime? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime itself. When the first time Nityananda Prabhu saw Jagai Madai, he wanted to preach to them. He went and Jagai Madai started chasing them with pots. And both, because Haridas Thakur did not want to go. Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu were told by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to go out and preach. Both of them were going. They saw, Nityananda Prabhu saw Jagai Madai and wanted to preach to them, convert them, but they started running to beat. And both Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur are running. And seemingly they are joking, but they are seemingly arguing. Haridas Prabhu said, "You are madman. And if I do what you are saying, I will be beaten to that. You are madman. You don't know what you are doing." He is actually glorifying Nityananda Prabhu that he is Avaduta. But Nityananda Prabhu also says, oh, so they are arguing. And there it is said, if any devotee takes the side, any person takes one side or the other, he will be destroyed. He or she will be destroyed. Because these are transcendental pastimes. Both of them are actually joking. And you don't know what is happening there. Like Lord Shiva and the Gandharva joking, Chitraketu. Right? Between those two devotees, you cannot say one side or the other. So here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is angry, but we cannot say, oh, Nityananda Prabhu is not correct, he broke the danda, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not correct, he is angry. No, we cannot interfere, neither we can be envious. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, the body of Nityananda is more important than me. And if you become envious or you find fault, you will commit an offense and you will have problems in attaining ecstatic love. Raghunath Das Goswami also, when he first came, surrendered to Nityananda, before that he was trying to reach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Every time he was caught and brought back. Even though you ran away swiftly. But once he met Paniyatti Chitta, he served all the devotees and took blessings of Nityananda Prabhu, he could attain Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we cannot be envious, we cannot take sides. All of these people are divinely inspired. The Guru is divinely inspired. Sometimes if you do see Gurus doing something, in fact, those who have served their Guru Maharaj, personally they will have this experience. In fact, I can, for example, one of the devotees was doing translation for Guru Maharaj, her Guru Maharaj, this thing, and we used to see that Guru Maharaj, their spiritual master used to change after the entire book has been compiled. After going through for many months, he would change. Oh, put this chapter here, put this chapter here, and that devotee, for once, of course, is a very senior devotee, so they understand. But sometimes they get frustrated. That why is Maharaj doing like this? Can't he make up his mind? No, but the point is they are getting divine inspiration from inside, and they will act according to that divine inspiration. And when they act according to that divine inspiration, these things will happen. But one has to serve that devotee, one has to serve Guru Maharaj, or without becoming envious or becoming frustrated. And in this pastime, Nityan, because they are divinely inspired and they know what is happening in the heart, Nityan Prabhu knows what is happening in the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is happening in the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? What bhav is he in?
He wants to serve as a devotee to Krishna. He wants to show us as a devotee.
Yeah, yes, external reasons.
Externally, that's
And
special.
the internal reason?
And Krishna, Radha Bhav, Radha Krishna,
Radha bhav in his
Radha Bhav.
heart. Yes, it's the Radha bhav. And what is the Radha bhav? Radharani is
Radha,
lamenting. She wants to see Krishna.
Radharani's love for Krishna.
Yes, he's lamenting, wanting to see Krishna, and to see Krishna, Lord Chaitanya is going to Jagannath Puri to see Krishna. In fact, you will see in the verses ahead when Atarnala, he pays obeisances, he sees the chakra and he sees Gopala is smiling at me, and he goes there, he runs, right? And he pays Dandavat and goes. He's so many times. Radharani is going to meet Krishna. Can they carry a danda at that point in time? Nityanand Prabhu knows exactly what to do, what is the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and hence he does his pastimes. As devotees, we cannot, understand these internal pastimes. Neither can we judge. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives this warning that don't be envious of Lord Nityananda, and both of us are the same body. His body is more important, and he thus glorified, and Nityananda Prabhu became embarrassed, and all the devotees hearing the internal pastime became so joyful. And such are the beautiful, intricate pastimes of Sachinandan, on how he reciprocates with Lord Shiva, how he reciprocates with Lord Nityananda, and how, as Radharani, he is running now to go to meet, to see Krishna after so much of viraha. And you will see as this pastime progresses, Lord Chaitanya starts to advance towards Puri. So we have been so fortunate to be part of this yatra, and I am very, very thankful to all the devotees for inviting me for this. I know if I have transgressed and I might have expressed something in the unknowing ebullience, please forgive me. If there are any corrections, please correct me. But I thank you very much for this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful opportunity of narrating these pastimes and meditating on so many pastimes of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, and this wonderful purports of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Goswami Maharaj and the pastimes. So thank you so much. I'll stop here, and thank you very much for this opportunity.
Prabhuji, that's Balaram and Krishna. They are physically same, right? And they are Lilagato as a Lilagato. What is in English? I don't know. Lilagato, they are separate because they are doing their different part of the drama, Lila.
Yes, correct. So,
And
yeah, go ahead.
And Balaram always want to serve him and enjoy the rasa from Krishna, whatever he is enjoying. Same way he wants to relish that part.
Yes. He wants to facilitate that relation. When Lord Ram is with Sita ji, he wants to build the Parn Kutir where Ram and Sita ji will stay, and he's staying in the outside.
Outside the courtyard.
Yes. Then there is Balram, and he wants to make the entire dham where Radharani and Krishna can enjoy. And now when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to meet Jagannath, Lord Jagannath, he's facilitating that by breaking the danda. Right? So always he's serving. That is the Leela. He comes as elder brother, he comes as younger brother, he comes as Avduta. But in Tattva, there's Prabhupada writes there's only one difference. One is white, another is black, but otherwise there's no difference.
Thank you so much for your speech and elaborated nicely. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you.
Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Such a wonderful, amazing class, Prabhuji. You give us so much meditation to do this pastime. Very nice. Different reason you just showed us why. By seeing Lord Shiva, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so ecstatic mood. So nicely meditation today we got like that. So it's very beautiful class and very beautiful pastime for this. And how the Lord, whatever He does, anything we see in material eyes that this is wrong, but what is benefit? Only God knows about us. If we got something bad or wrong with us, but there is some benefit for us. Lord's desire is different, and that one we don't know. So here also it says about the Nityanand Prabhu and Lord's, how Lord and Nityanand, their heart as same, but whatever desire of Lord, Nityanand only knows, and the other devotees they don't know. So by that we have to take lesson like that. We should not judge anyone. And even though we don't know the desire, what is the Lord's desire? So that is very nice, Prabhuji. So many examples you gave by Srimad Ramayana and everything. Always Ramayana, Balramji, and everyone. The Kaikai example, how she lost desire to go to the forest and kill the demons and rakshasas and everything and do good for everyone. But only Kaikai got this thing, and people they didn't understand Kaikai, and then it happens like that. We don't know the desire of that. The Lord's desire was what. So everything is very nice, Prabhuji. And always Lord does whatever he, when he does anger to us or someone, there is some benefit for that person, living entity inside. So Lord wants to give him uplifted in the spiritual thing, right? Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. If you
Thank you.
have
Thank you for
time,
summarizing. Very wonderful. Thank you so much.
if you have time, then
Yes.
dear devotees, anyone have any question or realization, please go ahead. Prabhuji is here.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much. Very, very nice class. I really liked the point when you were mentioning about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying Lord Shiva and feeling happy. He was resonating with the mood that Lord Shiva is also very compassionate to the most fallen, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also compassionate to the most fallen.
Yeah.
I thought that was very, very nice. A very, very meditative class, Prabhu. Thank you for bringing up so many different instances, so many relatable stories for these verses. Prabhuji, so which verse exactly did you stop at?
262, I guess.
262.
262. Okay, Prabhu.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Is there
Thank
any?
you. Anybody else? Any other question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam. Sisi Radhashtami coming. Can you please 2-3 minutes explain glories of Srimati Sisi Radharani?
Oh, yes. Two very quick mentions. I know we have passed time, so if somebody wants to drop off, they can. One is today Sita Thakurani's appearance. Sita Thakurani is the consort of Advaita Acharya. And she was the one who was invited. She's so exalted that she actually performed the pastimes of helping Sachi Mata during the actually coming and giving gifts. Sachi Mata after the birth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, she was the one who was allowed inside, and she's such a wonderful character. She's obviously the divine energy of Vishnu and the consort of Advaita Acharya. So her appearance day is today. And also Radhashtami is coming. So for us, of course, Janmashtami is important, but Radhashtami is even more important. Radhashtami is that actually everything of this is happening because of Radharani's desire. Radharani, like a mother, the mother might have 100 children, but if one child is away, she thinks of that child. So like that, Radharani's, there are so many infinite living entities in Goloka, and there is only one small part in this material world. But Radharani is thinking of these devotees in the material world. She wants them to be delivered and brought back to the service of Krishna. And for that, she desires, and for fulfilling her desire, Krishna comes here to perform his pastimes. So Krishna tells Radharani that let's go to this material world and we will make our pastimes manifest. But Radharani puts the condition. She knows that if devotees have to be given this unique love of entering and serving the Lord in Golok Vrindavan is his dham. If you have to serve in the home should also be manifest. Otherwise, you cannot get the mode of serving in the home. So she says Vrindavan should, if you take Vrindavan to manifest Vrindavan in the material world, this Yamuna in the material world, and Govardhan in the material world, then I will descend. It looks like she's making demands, but she's not making demands. She knows exactly how these souls can be delivered. So Krishna agrees and brings Yamuna, Govardhan, and Vrindavan. And in that particular place, Radharani descends, and it is a wonderful pastime. There is so much of pastime. Putana is involved. So many things are involved in this appearance of Radharani. We can, at a later date, whenever we get a chance, we can elaborate on those pastimes. But I think we can meditate on the kripa of Radharani and her desire to deliver us. So we should not delay. We should pray. We should attend the Radhashtami festival, serve and pray to her that please engage me in your service to Krishna, which is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And, when the jiva develops the desire to serve his or her guru, then Nityananda Prabhu becomes merciful and gives the strength to do that service, because that is Krishna's desire, which is Guru's desire. Nityananda Prabhu gives the strength, and Radharani gives the pleasure in that service. And that is why we approach Radharani. It is said by the acharyas, and even a small child knows if it is done, the child has done something wrong, and the child goes directly in front of the father might punish child. The child knows if he runs and hides behind the mother will save. He said, "Oh, please forgive, he's a small child, don't beat him." Similarly, if we are going to go directly, we are the most impudent children who have offended Lord Krishna, and we are here in the material world. So if we go directly in front of Lord Krishna, we are liable to get punished. Rather, we should approach Radharani, and through her mercy, then we should, by her recommendation, Krishna will forgive us. And even though we are not qualified, we will enter the Leela, and that Radharani's bhav is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has in heart, and hence we should always approach a service of a Guru Maharaj and chant the names of Gaura Hari and Lord Nityananda and be accepted into the pastime. So Radhashtami is a special day for those blessings. So we should attend, serve, and get the blessings. Kada karishyasya mam kripa kataksha bhaja. Thank you.
Thank you,
Haribol,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji, so nice. The meditation.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Prabhu,
Krishna.
one small question, Prabhu. Sorry if it's
Yes.
late.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhu, you mentioned the point that when we see the Leelas, that only God, Lord, and the devotees understand the secret or what is going between. Like we are unable to understand it. Only they can understand it. So as you mentioned about Kaikeyi also, everybody mistake Kaikeyi when they read Ramayana and so many characters. So question is, Prabhu, like beginners, when we approach the scripture, so what should we do? What should be the mood, and also what help we can get so we at least minimize like the misunderstanding. So how should we approach this, Prabhu?
Yes. So I can just to paraphrase there are some pastimes, which not every pastime. There are some times, like Maharaj said, there are sometimes some devotees do something which they can understand, Lord can understand, but other devotees can understand. It's not just neophytes, even there, Dasharath Maharaj and all of them, even for them, it was difficult to understand. These are some extraordinary pastimes. We should know that Krishna gives these extraordinary pastimes only to his most exalted devotee. Actually, his Bhishma is more exalted in one sense, you could say, is more exalted than Arjuna. That why Bhishma was chosen to fight against Krishna. Those devotees are ready to forego their reputation. They are ready to take the pain of opposing Krishna to fulfill the desire of Krishna. So they are more exalted. So these devotees should not be misunderstood as demons or envious of Krishna. They are actually doing the desire of Krishna. Now, when we are reading the scriptures, uh, what should we do as neophyte devotees, which is why we go by the purport. The purport, the acharyas clearly explain what mood should we understand. And in case we are not able to understand or otherwise, which is also why Prabhupada said that you should hear Bhagavatam in the morning and Bhagavad Gita in the evening, we hear from senior devotees and understand what is the right perspective. But and when we understand those perspectives, there are so many intricacies to the pastimes, and it will relish more, and our false ego will keep on subsiding, and our love for Krishna will keep on increasing. Then we will be able to understand a bit of what Krishna is doing, which is what Lord Shiva prayed in this Leela also, that I became, sometimes my false ego comes up and I believe I am understanding or I know what to do, but Krishna always be in my front and with your devotees, so that in association of your devotees, my false ego can go down and my relation can increase. So what should we do? We should hear, we should obviously read Prabhupada's books, we should read the purport of the acharyas, we should discuss these pastimes with senior devotees, and we should hear the lectures from exalted devotees so that we can understand the pastimes in their true sense. Does that help?
Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhu, there was a connection issue, but I'll listen to the reply again. Okay, Prabhu, one more question, Prabhu. You said that when Nitai came as Lakshman and also as Balram, there were so many things that he doesn't want to happen, but that happened. But he didn't want Lord Ram to walk without the the padukas or where Subhadra Maharani passed him. But then he came as Nitai, he came as Avatuda. So like somewhere he can do whatever he wanted to do, but still with the mood in parallel with Gaurachandra, like his wish only. But now the small question, Prabhu, even other devotees, they were going in parallel with Gaurachandra and they were obeying what he was doing. So why did Nitai wanted to take that Avatuda mood? He can also be an associate and follow it. Like why he wanted, like apart from Lakshman and Balram, why did he choose to go as Avatut? Any reason, Prabhu?
Yeah, I mean, we can only say so much, but I think the thing is that this pastime, I didn't elaborate there, but the point is, please understand, internally he is Radharani and she wants to meet Krishna. Externally, he is a sannyasi. This is a very tough situation, right? Externally, he's not supposed to talk about love. He has to be very formal. Internally, he's all melting in love. If in that place, there are many rules to be broken. One of the rules which have got broken is danda. Sannyasi should never break his danda, not allow his danda to be broken, but it got broken to convert from ekadanda to tridanda. So devotees who are obedient cannot do this. If all devotees are obedient, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will have to say, please break my danda. Then only somebody will break the danda. Then the pastime will never happen. There needs to be some person who's above these rules and who can still do whatever. He can understand the desire and do something like a madman. He can break the danda. Right? That is only can be done by Avadut. Right? So I was saying that it is not that Balram wanted to do his own thing. Understanding this difficulty in this Leela, he took the form of a madman who can do anything, and he took all the blame on himself. Oh, Nityananda Prabhu broke the danda, but it was actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire that the danda is. So you understand? So only an Avadhuta can do that. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, Prabhu, because there are some chances that we can misunderstand Nitai's role, like
Yes.
why he is doing that. But yeah, the conflict is very important, Prabhu, what you mentioned. Inside is Radharani, outside is Sannyasi, like total contrast, like hot and cold, like something. So it's very hard to manage. So they're beautifully they're playing the roles, and he is making his associates to help and do everything. So such a wonderful Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu, such a wonderful class.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Jai Sachinanda.
Right. And here one question has come in the chat. Why does it take so much time to attract it to Krishna and Srila Prabhupada? Of course, if there is aparad, like you mentioned, but more than aparad, please understand that we should know two things. Falling in love is one part of the story. Even if you ask any material people who have been material people who are in love and who have got married, if you ask them, they will say, which were your best times? They will say, oh, when we were falling in love with each other and we were having some fights, but that was the best time. Why? Because this process of before falling completely in love, the process of slowly falling in love is more pleasurable than even falling fully in love. So we should also relish this process where we are slowly falling in love with Krishna, and that love goes through like this. That's why I say Vrindavan ki galiyan teda meda. It just goes through like this. So that churns the love. You see any Bollywood movie or what, I don't recommend you see, but what I'm trying to say is it never is a straight. Something happens, then they have to fight it, go it. That's when love matures. So we can be very happy in this process. We don't want it tomorrow morning, I should fall in love 100%. No, let this process go on. Of course, we try to make it faster, but every moment of this process is relishable, especially in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, Kevala Ananda Kanda. So this is the most relishable thing. Yes, it takes a lot of time, but yes, there is aparadhs, but more than that, let's just relish this process as much as the end result of getting Krishna Prema and going to Goloka. And after that, also this process will go on. So let us just relish this process. I hope this is useful. Okay, anything else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Sorry, we went over time.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving this very beautiful meditative class. And we are very, very grateful to you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you, all glories to your services, Prabhuji. Now we look forward to your association in future very soon. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री चैतन्य